Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Prolific Mindset Podcast. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, a great weekend. I hope all my teachers are doing well because you guys are the future of America. You guys are teaching everything, and I hope everybody out there is, investing some way, somehow, because, shit getting really expensive, and I know it's tough right now. People are making cutbacks. People are digging into their saving account, things like that. So, hey, man, hang in there. Kick it. I got something to talk about today because my producer brought me in and I had to get on it. Sports is rigged. I don't care what nobody tell me, bro. Sports are rigged. There's no way you could tell me other way. Let me get in trouble. Fuck it. I don't play sports anymore. It's rigged. It's too obvious. NBA, NFL. I understand you don't want to talk about the Jeff Epstein file, so you had to go another direction. They had to go with the NBA. Them motherfuckers been gambling and cheating for the longest. Why you think Michael Jordan retired? Oh, nah, because he had so much issue with his body. He's the greatest athlete in the world. Why would he have to retire? Because he was doing something he loved for a hobby. I feel like this. If an athlete can bet on a game, as long as it's not his game, it should be cool. The NFL justified gambling because that's why they moved the Raiders from Oakland to Las Vegas. Now you see another franchise that won, I think, 3-4 WNBA championships. A women basketball team there. Give it a minute. You're going to see a NBA team there. They just need to justify gambling. When they allow all 50 states to have gambling, you knew something had to come wrong. You knew something was going to go wrong. How many times have we heard that refs cheating in the NBA? How many times? This is repeatedly. This is nothing new to us. We're acting like this shit is new. We're acting like this is, oh man, this just cheating. They're doing this. I'm done with betting. I don't want to bet because I had one experience with this shit. Saquon Barkley, best running back to me in the NFL these last few years. Atlanta played, it was Atlanta and Philadelphia last year. Saquon Barkley catched it, and Saquon Barkley just did this past weekend against New York Giants. He caught that same pass that this fucker dropped. And I had to look at what was the wager. Everybody had money on that line because all he had to do was catch the ball, game over. He drops the ball. London, the receiver, had to get 2 more catches, got it. Pitt had to get, I think, a touchdown, got it. Kirk had to throw for like another 75 yards, got it on that drive. Bro, you telling me Saquon Barkley dropped a pass out of the backfield? One of the greatest running backs probably out of Penn State and going to be one of the greatest back in the NFL all-purpose wise, and he drops the pass? Man, miss me with that shit. Come on, man. We had the tush push. Now the tush push with Philadelphia and the Giants, Jalen Hurts is on top of the pile. Please help me understand this. Help me, because I just need to understand this. How the hell that you're on top of a pile and your body is still moving, and number 5, I forgot what his name is, he strips the ball out of the man's hand and you say down. How could you be down? How are you down and there's 5 bodies underneath you? How is it down? Bro, it's getting unbelievable. I think an Alabama game. It was a game on the line. Buddy had the sideline. Would have got smoked. Any DB, any person that plays football, you know good and well if a defender go on that sideline and then the sideline him and you're gonna smoke his ass. You're gonna take him. He does this and backs away. I'm done with sports. Sports is entertainment. I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. Remember what happened to the Roman Empire when it was being burnt down, what they were doing. Everybody was inside the Colosseum enjoying battles, horse races, everything. Even though outside this damn building, it was burning down. It was being taken over, everything. It feel like the same thing. I've heard this so many times on Instagram. I've heard it on TikTok that this shit is really becoming true. Like, we pay athletes millions and millions and millions of dollars to entertain people. And now since we can bet on players, now since we have fantasy league, we're not even loving the sport no more. We're not even loving the part where football players, we used to look at, it's a work of art. Basketball, work of art. Tennis, work of art. Wayne Gretzky in hockey, the work of art. Tiger Woods in golf, the work of art. Tom Brady, NFL, the work of art. We can't even enjoy the art no more because the art is rigged. That shit is fake. It's artificial intelligence now. It's not real to us anymore. What are we enjoying? Are we enjoying the bullshit hype of we think that this game going to go? I won't bet another dollar on sports no more. There's no way, no how. There's no way, no how. I want to hear what you got to say.
Well, I got a question. So do you think that the Super Bowl is already set?
It's already set up.
Do you know?
It's already set.
The teams are everything, right?
I believe if we keep seeing the same consistency, the way the officials are officiating games, we can almost tell who's ready. We look how many Kansas City, a great team. Don't get me wrong. You got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey. But some of the times you just be like, yo, this shit's getting too obvious. Like, just hide it from me. Cheat me out of believing what you're doing is too obvious. You're killing the game. I understand the NFL wants money. The NFL done so many deals with YouTube. They done dealt with Hulu. They done dealt with all these streaming apps. It's so much money on the line that, damn, how much money is enough money for a league? And I know the owners got to be getting a piece of the rock. It's no way, because the owners got to be into this shit to allow it to go. The reason why I believe that the owner has to be into, look at Jerry Jones. There's enough to say every Dallas Cowboy fan will believe me. Look at Jerry Jones. The man don't want to even win. The man let a primetime pass rusher go to Green Bay. Man wasn't even in his prime yet. You let him go to Green Bay. Now you all of a sudden looking for a pass rusher. He ain't going to be no cheaper than this dude. All the dudes, we're looking for Mason Crosby. We're looking at Hendricks. You ain't getting none of the New York Giants pass rusher because they got a mean-ass front four. Who you going to get? You keep bullshitting, lying to the fans, saying, oh, we need to get a pass rusher. Even though you let a pass rusher go, even though you brought Kenny Clark in. That's my homeboy. Shout out to Kenny Clark. Hope you doing good, baby. Love you. And Kenny Clark's known for one of the best defensive tackles inside, whether it's pass rush or stopping the run, but he's not an edge guy. You let all your edges go and you tell him you want to win? The only reason you built that fucking stadium was to make money and keep the legacy going in your family? It's just too obvious, man. I'm getting tired of this shit. I'm really going to give up on sports. I love sports to death. Love sports to death. But when money started getting poured into sports and gambling started going into sports and NIL did start going into sports, what are we looking at anymore? What are we looking at anymore? It's killing me. Like, it's not that anymore, bro. Like, sports is lame as hell. And like right now, the best job in America right now, the best job in American sports right now is a college coach. You get fired, you still making millions. Jimbo Fisher got fired from Texas A&M. They still paying this motherfucker 20, some ridiculous number. Brian Kelly, I'm happy, bro, you got removed. You're not an SEC coach. No disrespect to you. Great coach when you was with Notre Dame and shit like that, but you're not an SEC coach. You don't know the culture of LSU. You don't know the culture of Baton Rouge. You don't know what the fans expect in Death Valley every Saturday or Saturday night. With all the talent you have in the world, the last three coaches before you, coach, all have SEC titles and national championship. You don't have anything. You have the talent. You have all the dudes going. You have the dudes that's going to the NFL making a name, but you're not it. The fans don't want you here anymore, Brian Kelly. It's time for you to pack this shit up and go. But he got the best job in America. Jimbo Fisher, Ozeron, these dudes getting paid. Only two coaches. And Jimbo got fired years ago. Two coaches. Almost $130 million in this guaranteed. Why the fuck I want to be an offense coordinator anymore? Why do I want to be a defensive coordinator? I'll take the job just to fake it to make it because I know I'm going to get paid. I'm finna get paid a shitload of money. Look around the country. Every damn coach is getting paid out the wazoo and ain't putting up nothing. Everybody want Nick Saban. If Nick, I understand that you don't want to come back, but I hope your wife see the numbers that are going to come out on them. People going to pay Nick Saban $45 million a year. They going to pay this man a ridiculous amount of money to bring his ass out of retirement and to come in here. That's why he said Miss Terry don't need to see the number. I hope she see the number. I hope a motherfucker end up getting her phone number and just, hey, yo, you know, you might get 100 mil over the next 2 years, or hell, you might get 50 million. I hope your wife get those damn numbers so you can get your ass off that stage. And I love you with Pat McAfee because Pat McAfee used to be my punter And Indianapolis coach, hell of a guy. Keep doing your thing, Pat. I love you. Darius Butler, love him too. He was a defensive back. But y'all, you guys keep doing your thing. But Nick, it's time to bring your ass from off that stage and come on back to LSU. I know you love Baton Rouge. You said your favorite college team is LSU. Why not rekindle it, baby? Come on home, baby. $50 million a year, man. You can't sneeze at that, bro. You have every dealership in Baton Rouge. Oh, hell, in the state of Louisiana. Anywhere Nick Saban ever went, he was the most powerful guy in the state. Hands down, the most powerful guy in the state. I just feel like, man, sports is killing me, man. I can't even enjoy the damn thing. When people ask me, Rick, who you going for? I just want to see a hell of a game. I can't even see that shit no more because somebody ain't finna throw a flag. Somebody gonna say he was down. Somebody gonna throw their hand up like this and let a dude run by, walk by. I don't want to look at sports no more. The only thing I do now is go to a cigar bar, find a good fine scotch, a few good cigars, and just smoke and just sit there and look at everybody else's reaction. And usually I only people watch when I'm on an airplane. I mean, when I go to airport. But now, hell, I'm just people watching at the damn cigar bar anymore. Because why? Because only thing I'm hearing at these bars, whether it's a cigar bar or a pub, they're talking about this game. They're talking about how this was obvious. They're talking about that, but they the NFL and the sports know your ass still gonna bet. You still gonna bet that money line. You still gonna bet the underdog. You still gonna bet. They know you're going to bet, no matter what. And up there, that's too much pressure for me, man. Even to lose $1, that's a lot of goddamn pressure. I understand. I done heard dudes put $1 up just to win $500. You can't beat no ratio like that. So the Vegas already know they're going to win. I know I'm going to win because I know you're going to bet that dollar. I don't know how many times you could bet that dollar, but I know you're going to bet that dollar a few times to get that $500 win. And when you win it, you know what's going to screw you? This happens to everybody that start gambling. Damn, what happened if I put that $5? What happened if I put the $10? What happened if I put $20? Now you know what your greedy ass going to do? Your ass going to start betting all the shit. Now you're going to start losing. Now you're going to start seeing the game. I love to. Oh, go ahead,
They
baby.
put it that $1 for that taste. They say to you, they're like, all right, hey, it's easy. Don't worry. It's just $1. And then it's just $1. And then you're so right. You go, oh, okay, it's just $1. I could probably do. I already did 5. Might as well just do $5 now. You're totally right.
Now it's going. Now you're sitting up there. What if that $5 bet could have got me $1,000? What the $10? Like you said, they give you the taste. And I promise you, they feel like they let you win. Hey, we'll give you, if you sign up with us now, we'll give you the first $10. You're not even losing your money.
And then you're like, hey, I already got, it's $10. I could make $10,000. And then it's like, oh.
And now you're out the door. Now you up here trying to sell shit off, and now you're trying to put your money up. You're trying to figure out what. We lost the love of the game just watching the game. It used to be like almost a society. We had gamblers, then we had working 9-to-5 people. Motherfuckers making gambling a profession now. Screw investing. People don't want to go to the stock market no more. Nobody want to invest in ETFs. Nobody wants to buy real estate. Nobody want to. What's the most quickest way I can get money? You're going to take your ass to that blackjack table. Or go ahead.
But I was going to say, you know what else that happens, though, is that you do this investing, right? But what I'm confused is you spend probably the same amount of what you won from all the losses, right? So like you're spending $10. That equals eventually $500, right? But you're only going to get 500, right? Or 1,000.
1,000,
so
yeah.
It honestly just you end up with zero at the end of the day, because right?
It does. But just this past week, and I know everybody today is waiting on Jerome Powell to say if we get an interest rate cut. The market been moving up. SPY done dropped down to 645, and now SPY almost damn near about to cross over the 700 threshold. That same $10 multiple times that your ass did, you could have easily paid for a long contract, could have got your an option contract, and could have been like, all right, cool, I'm gonna put a long on this one. Let me see what happened with SPY. Let me see what happened with AMD. Let me see what happened with NVIDIA. Let me see what happened to Microsoft. But we won't even do that because we feel like at the flip of a coin that in gambling, we can get paid. And at a flip of a coin, you also can lose. But when you're going in there, you're not thinking about, I'm going to lose. No, you're thinking about, what if I win? So FanDuel, Hard Rock, all you gambling ass sites, keep doing what you're doing because you keep getting people to put their money up. You guys, the house never lose. Always remember that when you gamble. The house never lose. It never lose. But it's know how to get your ass in a place where they're going to always win. That's why they'll give you the first 100 for free. That's why they'll give you the first $300 for free. I even just heard, my producer just showed me something about, what's the baseball player name?
Ohtani.
That this motherfucker put millions, 2 millions, getting his credit line increased. Imagine what an everyday 9-to-5 person is doing. They're setting aside a few dollars, except going to invest it in Robinhood, Charles Schwab, or putting in a money market account. That shit takes too long. Gambling makes money fat. Like they feel like you can either win, you can win faster, or you can lose faster. I just feel like you can either win big or you're gonna lose big. The love of the game is over with, man. I feel like we're back in the Roman days. We're just being entertained while the country is going down. We're paying attention to sports to get an escape. Basically, you're getting an escape from what's going on. Before we used to, get a few beers, sit at a bar, sit at home, sit around with your guys, watch the game. Now everybody's sitting up looking at their thing like, man, I know I just put a parlay in for this. Man, let me see it. You're not even looking at the game no more. You're looking at making sure your player hit that motherfucking prize pick.
You're not even hanging out with your boys anymore. It's not even a hangout anymore.
Everybody head is down. Because why? They're looking at their phone. They're trying to make sure that Kirk Cousins throw for that 100-yard. They're trying to make sure Patrick Mahomes covered it. Like yesterday, Patrick Mahomes threw what? I think 2 interceptions. That's unheard of for Patrick Mahomes to do that in the game. It's unheard of. Was he trying to cover? Was he trying to cover a bet? Was he trying to do so on and so on? Even like with the Miami Heat, with Rozier, I started actually going back to YouTube and looking at the game and like, this motherfucker was really throwing the game. Like, he's passing weird. He act like he hurt. But nobody said nothing to Michael Jordan when he was doing it for the love of it. He wasn't betting on his own game. He was betting on games. He probably was betting on horses. It ain't like he was losing any money because he had enough money. Hell, fuck, he made the NBA when he came back off retirement $300 million when he came back. That's why when he asked for when he came back, he was like, yo, I think I deserve a $300 million contract. And that was unheard of back then when he came back for another three-peat, that he wanted $300 million, but ticket prices went up, jerseys went up, his shoes went up, everything went up. The NBA benefited off of him taking that break. Hey, don't gamble. Go play baseball. Yeah, right. Michael Jordan played baseball. But even I feel like baseball was in it. I don't even understand why baseball took it hard when Pete Rose, who they try to ban from baseball, or they don't want him in the sport because he bet it. I think he bet on the World Series. He did something. He rigged the game or something like that. And I know this is, and I understand this is history that I understand it is history that people get mad at. People get mad at people betting. That's the American way now. It's the American dream to go and gamble your damn money away and lose. Then you got to have that sickening ass feeling in your stomach that you just lost X amount of money.
I got to tell you something. I just looked this up, and this blew my mind. Do you know which NFL team has the most money?
It got to be the Cowboys.
How much money do you think it is?
They got them they got to exceed over at least $10 billion.
Wow. Okay. Holy smokes. Yeah, it's $12.8 billion.
They're one of the richest franchise. I think Real Madrid might be number one. It got to be a soccer club. I know it's a premier soccer team. They have to be either they're number one or Dallas number one. I know it's a soccer team worth that. They're the richest organization. We ain't none of these months. When the last time you been to a Super Bowl? When the fuck the last time you won a playoff game?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why? There's something.
It's something to it.
Something to it.
It's something to it, and we don't understand why. How Dallas Cowboys one of the richest organizations in sport, and they ain't win a Super Bowl or been to a Super Bowl with 94, 95, 96, one of them. But you got Real Madrid playing in the Premier League. Damn, they have to win Premier Cups just to get their value up. Even LeBron James, I think he invested in either Real Madrid. It had to be Real Madrid or another Premier. I know it was a Premier.
It's Real Madrid.
It's Real Madrid?
Real Madrid, yeah.
This man put a $7 million, I think a $4 to $7 million investment, and he came out with $20 to almost $30 million out of it. So luckily, you telling me he invested in that. I almost feel like he gambled, but he just did it smart. He just invested. It was a gamble, but it was a smart gamble for him to win. But the love of the game is gone, man. Like, you got athletes going out here getting paid. Are they really getting paid for the love of the game, or they're just getting paid because the market is set for them? It's just like for quarterbacks. Quarterback got a set market. You paying Tua $175 million. Not everybody feel like it's not justified. You got Kirk Cousins, and I love Kirk Cousins. Whoever Kirk Cousins agent, you the MVP, bro. You my MVP. I'm gonna put you out there. You my MVP. You done got Kirk Cousins, the only quarterback for the last like 5 or 6 years, then got played off guarantee money. I remember he got franchised twice. Then he went to Minnesota for the 87, then did another extension, then went to the Atlanta Falcons and did a $100 million guarantee. Man, you give me a guaranteed contract for $100 million, I'm sitting on the pine and I'm chilling. Hey, yo, bro, go out there, do your thing. I don't care how many interceptions you throw. At the end of the day, that $100 million is guaranteed. I understand Kirk said he wanted a trade, but ain't nobody finna trade your ass. No, they not finna trade you. Nobody's finna pick up a contract like that. Even with Tua, people feel like Tua should be traded. Who's finna pay that type of money to take a quarterback who we don't feel like is worth it? Brandon Flores, everybody need to say, I'm sorry. All the people that hated Brandon Flores, when Brandon Flores said he wasn't the quarterback that they needed, he's not that type of guy, you need to say sorry to the man because he was right. I don't care. I don't care if he didn't play some spectacular games. How many playoff games he won? How many division championships he won? How many accolades he had of being in the MVP? Yeah, he might have been in the MVP race for 5 games, but the most successful quarterbacks usually are the best down the backstretch of the last 6, 7 games. So everybody got to understand, man, the love of the game is gone. From high school sports to college to professional, the game is over with, man.
How does that make you feel being played in the NFL? How like genuine, like when you got up every day, did you look forward to going in and playing your heart out every day?
Yeah, because you wanted the respect of your other peers. You wanted the respect of a Tom Brady. You wanted the respect from Aaron Rodgers. You wanted Zach Martin from the Dallas Cowboys. You wanted a Logan from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who was a Patriot too. You wanted those dudes to have respect for you, but do people care for respect or they care for the money? And is they really throwing the games anymore? Are they like, I can't look at the game like I used to. Like I tell people when I retired, it's hard for me to look at the game as a fan. I'm not a fan of the game because I was always in it. So I'm looking at the position. I'm looking at how the hell you don't know what a cover 3 is. How the hell you don't know to stack the alignment. How you don't know when to pirate. How you don't know when
you have a totally different perspective.
Yeah, like I'm almost a coach when I'm looking at the game. I'm not looking at if you scored. I'm looking at you should have played better technique. You should have did this. You should have did that. But now since gambling and all the goddamn fantasy football teams on it,
just doesn't even make it. Doesn't
you don't really hear those real fans like. I might think it's real Jet fans. I ain't gonna bullshit. One thing, I don't care how much the Jets lose. I hear real Jets fans, but it's killing me that people are not being those dedicated fans no more. You don't hear the Pittsburgh Steelers fans no more. You just want to make sure your fantasy team win or either your parlay finna hit. You want to make sure this dude get 5 rebounds, make sure this dude get a soccer goal today, make sure this horse win today. You're trying to hit that. So
yeah, it's not. It changes the whole perspective on the game. It's more so on each individual person, right?
Yeah, like so you're not a fan of the team. You're a fan of the individual now.
Yeah.
You're like that takes away what you used to love, and now it's like, am I really looking at the game to see a good game? Because I know it's not going to get. And if
it's a good perspective.
If this game is big and on Vegas, I know it's going to be tampered with some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I know commentators, you can't lie to me. I know half of you motherfuckers want to say something. And you get caught in the middle of something, be like, hey, we're going to go to commercial break and we're going to do this. And I'll be like, yo, I know you want to say something, but you can't because that will hurt what you're doing on NBC, on CBS, and everything like that. You got certain guys that are great commentators. That's why I understand with Tom Brady, a lot of that stuff, they can't let Tom go on. They can't let Tom be on the TV. And I'm loving him because he's getting more comfortable commentating games. But I know he really want to say certain shit, but he can't say it because, one, you ain't supposed to be an owner and a commentator. You ain't supposed to be doing both, so they let your ass slide. So they telling Tom, hey, Tom, we letting you do this now. Don't bullshit us. And I know Tom, just as a football player, not as a person, as a football player, I know he want to say certain shit, but he just can't because it's going to tarnish him. It's going to be like, hey, yo, Tom, you got to get off the commentating, not go back and be an owner. Because it's boring to him. Because a lot of people get in their feelings when they like, the Raiders may play a San Diego Charger. Now, on Sunday, I remember every time when I was in the NFL, you saw that whole commentary people come in. They will all come in. You see all the commentaries sit down and ask about a certain player. Is Tom Brady really asking about you, your player? Is he really or he's really looking at, okay, yeah, he say he's good at this, he's good at that. Now Tom Brady getting the edge on this team. Now Tom Brady going back to Pete Carroll. Hey, Pete, we need to do this.
Exactly.
When the week come up, he's a New England guy. That's what people never understood about. That's what people never understood about the New England Patriots. If anybody who played for the New England Patriots, you know, when you came in as a New England Patriot, they always asked you certain questions. They always ask you, hey, the week come up, the week come up of a team that you're playing, and they know you from it, and they're asking, hey, when you played for the Kansas City Chiefs, when y'all played against us, what did you see? Or what did you guys do? Or what you hounding? And you don't realize they must be taking this shit in, and they trying to make sure what film study they're doing is matching up to what you're saying. I remember when you used to write notes in the book, if they cut you, they used to take your notebook. They used to take your notebook from you. All they're doing is trying to figure out what you think about each week in this notebook. They used to always try to figure out so just imagine of a player mind, you're taking all the information because you're sitting up there that week trying to figure out, okay, how did this dude think? Or their brain, like, I remember they had James Harrison, Debo, who we called from the Pittsburgh Steelers. We just brought him in probably a week or two before we played the Pittsburgh Steelers. And when he brought him in, I know they had to sit him down and ask him what Big Ben's like. What Tom Coughlin like calling on the defensive side? What do Cam Hayward like to do? I know that because New England Patriots used to always have an edge on the team. When I went in as a player, I understood. Now I was like, oh, that's why these motherfuckers so prepared. Because they already asked half of the league all these questions.
They already got all the information.
They already got all the information.
Everything.
So just imagine Tom Brady being that same guy. Imagine Tom Brady being that same guy asking those questions while he's in commentating. He's asking those questions. Hey, what do y'all? Why do y'all like this player so much? Or what do y'all use strengths and weaknesses for this guy? Or what do you want from this player? Because that's the way. I mean, I'm not gonna call it a Patriot way. That was just the edge to the game because they knew how to get the edge to the game. They knew how to write notes. They knew how to get certain things from them because they asked certain questions. They asked certain questions. They got certain things from players because that's really what they want. Screw the coaches. They didn't care about what the coaches thought. They cared about what was in the notebook. So Tom Brady is a creature of habit. He'd done this, I don't know what, 22 seasons, 23 seasons. So what he's doing is nothing new. Now the NFL just have to understand how he's getting the edge to this game. As a commentator, now he's knowing I'm part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. How can I get my team better? Even though it's a lot of shit the Raiders got to do to get better.
I was gonna say.
You got a premier running back in the backfield. As soon as he get the ball handed off, his ass getting smacked. You got Geno, who was a great quarterback with Pete Carroll back in Seattle, and he was good. But now he's going to the Oakland Raiders where he really don't have an offensive. I mean, not Oakland Raiders. Forgive me, guys, because I'm that old. I was with Oakland when they was in Oakland, but Geno is going into something that he's just trying to hang on and not get hurt. He earned his money. Now it's time for Geno to either find a better team or the team to build an offensive line in front of this man so he can feel comfortable handing the ball off. He can feel comfortable play action. He can feel comfortable when he's doing a 5 to 7 step drop. But right now, he's not feeling comfortable. So, man, I love the game. I love sports, but I feel like I just got to go back down to recreational sport and look at little kids play. And I understand kids, they do bet on little kids games too. I don't trust officiating even in little league games, but it feels like it's more natural. What you gonna tell a little kid? Hey, yo, go out there and miss a shot. Hey, go out there and don't score a touchdown. Little kid gonna look at you crazy as hell. This the one time I get to score. You think I'm finna listen to you? So that's the only way I can't trust officiating. But I can't trust the little kid because the little kid like, This is my time to shine. I get to score a point. I get to score a touchdown. I get to make an interception. They not just going to give it up because they don't understand. They not understanding that. They want the shine because this is what society has started conditioning our kids to, getting the shine. So if they're in a position to score, they're in a position to make a play so everything can look at them. I don't care what you're telling their ass, coach. They don't give a damn what you're talking about. If you telling them
they're going in,
they're going in. They're going to be like, yo, when you catch the interception near, how many times as a player you going to see a motherfucker near? I'm finna take that bitch 99. Yo, I'm finna take that bitch for 100. In a basketball game, hey, yo, hold the ball, don't shoot. Little kid, get that, man. I'm finna shoot this damn three. MJ, Kobe Bryant, they finna do something, or even.
And they do it proudly. They would do it proudly. And yeah, no, and they say, I'm sorry, coach. I need to make that. I need to make that
point.
Yeah.
I want to have some stats. I want to be able to go to my mom and dad. Dad, you see me score? Hey, mom, you see me score? Hey, friend. Now they got something to talk about. But as we're getting higher in high school sports and college and pros,
it's all regulated.
The game going. I got coached by Coach Frazier, and he's one of the best high school coaches ever in high school football. He don't even come to the games no more because he feel like the game ain't what it used to be. And it's crazy. He's almost like a Vince Lombardi. That's crazy. If Vince Lombardi was alive, let's ask, if Vince Lombardi was alive, would he still go to the game today? Because he was a part of the game. He was a part of the beginning of the game. Yeah, he was a part of the first Super Bowl ever in the NFL. Would he come to the game? Would he really put his input into the game? No. Even like Belichick. Belichick took his ass off in NFL. Well, they made him come and take his ass off the NFL stage. Now he's in college. And now you having teams like University of North Carolina, and they're fighting back and forth because the team is separated because some people want to buy in, some people think it's bullshit, some people think it's that. Hey, guy, I'm going to give you a tip. You want to believe in Belichick, you're going to have to buy in. Nick Saban, when he was with his program, you got to buy in. That's the only way this shit going to work. It's proven fact because both of them, one has as many Super Bowls, one has as many national championships as Bear Bryant. The system works. Are you going to be willing to buy in because that's the way their system works? You got to buy into the shit. But the sports, man, damn, this shit, it just... I don't love it anymore. I don't like it anymore. I'm walking by the TV and my son telling me, hey, Dad, you going to look at Monday Night Football? For what? I might as well just turn on EYL, turn on Earn Your Leisure and watch what's going on to the market today or what they're predicting that's about to happen, or either turn into Blackout or either turn into Aristotle for Honey Drip Network or turn into the Wall Street Trapper and all these investing guys who I'm talking about. So I'd rather turn into them than actually looking at this game, because if I look at the game, you're going to want to bet. I might want to go to Prize Pick. I might want to go Hard Rock. I might want to do something like that. So why waste my money when I can actually put it in the stock market and put it at longs and see the market run up right now, because the market's going to do that, and probably the day the market is running right now, I keep seeing my phone light up. So that means Jerome Powell might say something that's worth the listening to for people's portfolio, and especially for Donald Trump, who's going to be the first and only billionaire to leave the White House, because the man getting the whole goddamn right wing fix. That's what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
But here the thing is, I think this is the reason why he's fixing the right wing. He's going to do that UFC fight. Never thought about that? He's doing the UFC fight in the White House. Is he going to do it on the front line, or he's going to do it right there?
Shit.
We never seen the blueprint. It's going to be a dome. It's going to be a cage, or it's going to be like what that is out in Vegas, the Sphere.
The Sphere. Yeah.
So just imagine on the White House they got the Sphere.
That's crazy.
You got to think about it. Even the next thing, when people, I'm gonna take you another step. Think about everybody's getting mad. Football fans saying Bad Bunny is a Super Bowl performance for the Super Bowl. You want to know why? What's Apple coming out with? Translation headphones. What you're gonna have to buy to understand Bad Bunny?
Oh.
Now you think of it. That's the play. You're gonna use these headphones to listen to Bad Bunny. So now everything's gonna be translated into your ear. So now Bad Bunny, it works for him because he gaining more goddamn fans because now people understand what you're saying.
Wow.
So Apple ain't Jay-Z picks everybody strategically for a reason. He's doing a favor for somebody. He's doing something. When Jay-Z picked Kendrick Lamar, it was for a reason. Universal and him gotta have something. People got to understand Interscope and all these big record companies are owned by 2 to 3 people, same people. Jay-Z going to make sure he's always in a position to make sure he makes that money. So when Bad Bunny got picked, it was for a reason. Swiftie fans, her time going to come. Don't get mad. No Taylor. Y'all want Taylor Swift on it, but if I was Bad Bunny, I'll put Taylor Swift as one of my features.
That would yeah.
Exactly.
That would break.
Exactly. But is Taylor Swift willing to take that second seat with her status and where she at? Is she willing to take that back seat? Is worth it, or is it worth it or not? Because
I mean, in my perspective, I think it would only benefit both parties, her too, because she would also be gaining some of the people that are going to see Bad Bunny, right? She'd also be gaining those fans, and she's back.
Ooh, that is true.
Right? So, and you already know she's all about, she's who she is, but
a crazy fan base.
Crazy fan base.
I think she almost on the level
Actually, Bad Bunny and Taylor Swift, that would be insane, because then you have all those screaming
Swifties become exactly
baddies or whatever.
Going back there. But Apple, your ass ain't slick. I knew you had to do it, because I was like, why would he put a Spanish dude in a halftime show? Oh, because Apple's going to give you the translator. Think about it. That's why Meta came out with the glasses. Everybody coming out with every translating thing. So let's go down the rabbit hole. I want everybody at home, you do this. When the last time everybody on this, yes, I am a flat earther, on this flat earth, everybody spoke the same language? Everybody on every continent spoke the same language. I don't know the answer. I want you to go research. I want you, when you get home and get a chance, or if you listen to this, when the last time everybody on this circle actually spoke English? When the last time, not spoke English, spoke the same language, spoke the same native tongue. And now you're going to really have to understand how strong your cultural belief is, whether Hispanics, whether it's Haitians, whether it's Koreans, whether it's Asian, whether it's European, African, all the nations who usually speak their native tongue. You're going to really have to teach your kids and your loved ones how to keep speaking it, because now they're coming up with devices. They're coming up with devices to translate. I think they already got 80 translations. I don't know how many languages in the world, but they're coming up with devices that breaks the translation. So now when you want to talk to an Hispanic person, it used to always be cool to get respect from an Hispanic person, from an American person, that you learn how to do it. Even Korean, Chinese, when Chinese people can even see an American learn how to speak their language, or Mandarin, or anything that's Philippine, or even learn how to speak Samoan or Tongan, that was always a respect factor. Now, would people care about the respect factor, or are they going to care about the access of now I can understand you and we can hold conversations?
No, exactly. And that's kind of crazy to think. I mean, there's almost 7,000 languages in this world. And you're now kind of you're depriving people of teaching, right? That's a whole nother...
teaching and tradition.
Teaching and tradition, right? So in schools, are they going to even teach languages anymore?
True.
Are they going to continue?
Is that going to be mandatory anymore?
Yeah, right? Like, that was a mandatory thing. Like, well, you think about it, like math and all this stuff. You can look all this stuff up online now, right? And like, I mean, again, like my parents... People had to go to a library and go and look for things, like,
right.
Even like, so what is going to be next? What are they going to show you? What are they going to learn from other cultures now, other than like, now that we don't have language, what's next?
I think they're killing tradition. They're killing the Hispanics, Latinos. They're killing the Haitians. They're killing the Cubans, the South Americans, the Africans who speak Swahili or whatever language, Europeans. Like, it's destroyed. AI, that translation AI is going to destroy the tradition in families. When and I really believe the use of translation app. When I always hate when people are talking to me in English and next thing you know they switch over to another language and they're talking to somebody else and I just don't feel comfortable. Now you don't realize that I have an earpiece in my ear that can understand everything you're saying. Now you got to be careful, guys and ladies and people, that when somebody wearing those nice, you think used to be Ray-Bans, your ass better start looking in the corner, because now it's a camera there. Now you can be being recorded. Are everybody going to use a device for the correct reasons, or are they going to start using it for the wrong reasons? So now all the tradition and stuff that we used to have, AI and all these of devices is going to kill it. So now we're going to see in the next 10 to 20 years, is your tradition, is your culture and your tradition not strong anymore? Because like he said, are you going to be willing to learn that language anymore? Or it's going to be a mandatory on your core that when you graduate school, you got to learn another language. You got to take Spanish. You got to take French. You got to take Mandarin. You don't have to take any of that shit no more because somebody got a headphone or a glass in front of me and I'm looking at it go down in front of my eye. Oh, this is what he's saying. That's what he's saying. I don't really got to learn the language no more because before they used to always tell her, you got to learn my language. Why do I got to learn your language? It was on the glasses now. Why I got to learn your language when I can understand you in my headphone now? I don't have to learn that no more. But it was a prideful thing to learn somebody else's language and be able to hold a conversation because they feel like, damn, he really took the time out to learn this language, especially if you're trying to learn Chinese, especially if you're trying to learn.
Sign of respect, man.
Yeah, and that's where it cracked the ice between me and this other person because I can speak your language. You knew how hard it was because in America, we don't focus on teaching people how to speak other languages, but cultural or tradition, you had to learn another language. Or English probably was your second language. Now think about it. Is Spanish going to be your first, your last language? Is it going to be any type of language? Now, when people come from overseas and come over to America, do they really do they really have to learn how to speak it, or they just need to know how to speak it to, hey, how you doing and stuff? Because now in their ear they got it. So Apple, you ain't slick. Meta, your ass ain't slick, bro. But people, remember this: The Matrix was not a movie. That shit was a documentary. They're showing you. They're showing you. Just hear me out. Just saying. Everything that's being done in front of you had to be shown in the movie first. I don't care what it is.
That's crazy. We were just talking about
everything that is done. That is a galactic. I think it's a galactic federation rule. Before it happens to humans, it has to be shown some way, somehow. They didn't say how it had to happen. They didn't say how it had to be shown. They just had to show it to humans. So everything that you see that happen, go back and find a movie. I put my money. It got to be on Netflix. It got to be on Hulu. It's on one of them shit that everything that's happening right now had to be happened through a movie. Everything.
It's almost like, yeah, they're never going to believe this. So we're going to do it. We're going to put it in a video, in a movie. Nobody's ever going to believe this, but it's so obvious. They're almost like blatantly putting it in your face.
They're doing it purposely. Yeah, they're doing it purposely in front of you, and they like, they ain't going to believe that shit anyway. They going to think it's hocus pocus. Yeah. Like, people don't understand when people like, oh, it's conspiracy. The only way to shit conspiracy, somebody had to bring this shit up. So now when you start going down the rabbit hole that most people are fearful of, because I'm using for example, I told my wife about some of the things, and I swear I used to always think she thought I was crazy. Until she messed around and went down that rabbit hole, and then she messed around and got, baby, this is happening. Oh, baby, this is going on. Baby, this is. I'd be like, baby, chill. Don't let this do this. So I understand why they keep 85 to 95% of us sleep. I understand that. Remember when you looked at The Matrix, all those pods where people would sleep. I understand that. And those few that did wake up, what they try to do? They try to kill them, because the people that woke up tried to wake them up and show them the reason. Let me show them like, yo, bro, you're in a holographic. Like people saying, your world is made up through your eyes. So whatever your mind tell you to do, when people be like, you're crazy, like you hallucinate. You're not hallucinating, because nobody can tell you what your eyes projecting in your world. You build your world. So anything that you say that's going on, you're telling your mind, hey man, this is going on, or that's going on, it is happening, because you keep telling your mind that you can trick your mind. When people saying people walking around talking to themselves and shit, people think that's crazy. I'll deal with a crazy motherfucker before I deal with a normal person. Normal person is crazy to me. A crazy person ain't crazy to me, because there's a reason they got to this position. It's a reason why the mind got to this state. And when it got to this state, had to be a reason. I'm just saying to everybody, this is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Hope you guys, chop it up with me a little bit more. I love doing this. I love that, my producer jumped on with me, because I know he had a bunch of questions to go down the line, because, we like talking about things like this. But I appreciate you guys, and disclaimer, all the stuff we're talking about is just for joke and fun. Nothing that we're saying is serious, unless you want to go do the damn research yourself. But none of this stuff we're talking about is true. So enjoy this, have fun with this. Happy Halloween to everybody. Go out there, enjoy yourself. Get all the candy that you can. Everybody stop. I know you want to get the cheap candy. Shit too expensive right now. So go and get that cheap ass candy, that the lemon heads. I don't know if people remember the lemon heads or they remember the Babe Ruths, because Snickers and Reese's and all them are too goddamn expensive now. But enjoy your trick-or-treating. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Please be safe. And always remember this: consistent elevation causes expansion. The more you elevate, it's going to start an expansion. That's a prolific mindset. Thank you. Enjoy your week, baby.